Hello YouTube, Mark King here, and here's a story from the Summit News. It's by Steve Watson. I think Summit News is part of Paul Joseph Watson's site, if I'm correct. Anyway, this is very interesting, right? So, fake news sites told you distrusting China over virus was dangerous, right? So, this article, it's a list, right? It's essentially a list. It's like Schindler's List, kind of. Here's a timely reminder of the scores of fake news outlets that dismiss questions as baseless conspiracy theories. So let's just read it. Now that numerous virology experts are on record saying it can be dismissed, that and multiple government intelligence sources have confirmed that investigations are underway into the possibility that the virus leaked from the Wuhan lab and China lied true about the true scale of the outbreak. Here's a timely reminder of the scores of fake news outlets that lied for weeks or misled for weeks or called people baseless conspiracy theorists. So then here's Paul Joseph Watson's little tweet. So let's look at the list again. This list is important to show who your enemies are, right? Who label you again, label you the worst things. Not all these people are terrible, but 90% of them are just awful. They push the same garbage. They push the same anti-man, pro-feminist, pro-communist agenda, anti-white, anti you name it. And in a lot of cases, it's usually anti-Asians too, because Asians are successful. So this is a good list to know who your enemies are. Again, not all of them, but most of them are definitely like absolute pieces of monkey poop. Absolute garbage. So the Guardian. Let's first. The Guardian still says it's a conspiracy theory. It's another one of these feminist-run garbage sites. Vox. The conspiracy theories about origins of the virus debunked. March 12th. Absolutely evil people, full of SJW, soy drinkers, routers. It serves the Communist Party. China Lab says conspiracy theories hurting efforts to curb virus. They serve the communists. Make it. They want a piece of that communist pocket. They serve China. Okay. The Telegraph. They're okay, but again, virus myths, scams, and conspiracy theories have gone viral. March 29th. Point 8. Virus was leaked from a high security lab, is trying to cover it up. Evil people. And the thing is, what are their sources? It's what are they? How are they calling people liars? Is this like an opinion piece? Bunch of filth. USA Today, it's okay. USA Today is still okay, but clearly it's on a downtrend. Fact check. Did the virus originated in a Chinese laboratory? March 22. Again, these people are all your enemies. Okay, these people who say the worst things about people, for not only quote unquote calling them conspiracy theorists, but also having like, hey, here's the evidence. This is the most likely scenario. This is what the other Chinese scientists are saying who've been silenced. The scientists. Theory of virus escape from lab lacks evidence. There's more evidence that by the way it came from a lab than it did not. PolitiFact. Fact-checking hoaxes and conspiracies about virus. January 24th. Factcheck.org. I have no idea about them. Baseless conspiracy theories. The Independent. From a Chinese lab to eating garlic. The conspiracies theories Britons believe. Everything is a conspiracy theories except Epstein killing himself. No, Epstein killing himself is definitely not a conspiracy theory. I said it kind of poorly there. I should have phrased that a little better. Anyway, I should imply the reverse of that. But anyway, Vice. The virus is exciting opportunity for conspiracy theories. Again, all these people are feminist-run, social justice, soy drinking. I was gonna say retards, but maybe that's been banned because these people decide to ban words. These people are helping the communists. BuzzFeed struggling for attention. I'll say BuzzFeed struggles for attention. Italy's former deputy prime minister and others are sharing false claims. Bunch of lies again. Know your enemies. Knows how the lies are shouted, right? Again, truth is often whispered, like the truth about the virus came from a lab. That was whispered. It was the truth, and then the lies are shouted. business. This is the attack. Tom Cotton kind of pointed that something was fishy. All these ragtag organizations. Like, I hate to say, like Daily Wire. I love the Daily Wire. Ben Shapiro is a very smart guy, but sometimes he plays the fence. I think he plays the fence for monetary and political gains. That's just my theory. He's a very brilliant guy, and I don't understand like why would he dismiss this amount of evidence unless he thinks there's something else to gain. So I was a little disappointed with Daily Wire. I respect Ben Shapiro; he's a brilliant man, but they were wrong. They were wrong. Vanity Fair, another trash mag inside the viral spread origin theory. Bunch of liars. Forbes, another bunch of liars. They're run by communists. They serve the communist agenda. All they do is defend China and write lies in newspapers. That's all they do. New York Times, once the gold standard, the Gray Ladies, awful magazine. What happened to what happened to New York Times newspapers? This is what I think happened to a lot of corporations and media outlets. They were forced. Okay, so I know this in media, like I said, was in media. All these companies were forced to hire females and the blacks. This is my theory, and other minority groups, for example, except Asians and white men. I know that for a fact, right? So otherwise, they'll face some type of fine or punishment from the government, right? This was under Obama, right? So I think a lot of these companies forcibly hired a lot of SJWs and feminists, and they shoved them into human resources, right? And human resources unfortunately ran rampant with these people, and they hired other like-minded social justice liberal warriors, right? And this is how you get what's happening today. In hindsight's 2020, and they thought they hired people in the least problematic sector, but no, they hired other people not based on skill, but based on outside factors. Wired, another one of these publications, March 27. Snopes is garbage. Snopes is like it's supposed to fact check things, but it always if something tends to side with like the right, Snopes will always try to attack it, and I would say about 80% of the time will always label it false or conspiracy. Always, okay? Snopes is an evil run organization. So whoever runs Snopes, I never looked into it, but nobody should depend on Snopes to fact check anything. Snopes is garbage, okay? Garbage. And the BBC, because again, they're serving the masses. But BBC is actually, they suffer from being run by SJWs. I'm not sure if they actually run by the communists, but what they are is they're run by the social justice feminists, and they tend to label. Okay, so even though you say something that might be true about a group, they will always defend it unless it's about whites and the upper class. Usually whites. The BBC don't really attack Asians, right? So the Asians are exempt from this. But yeah, another one is ragtag garbage. I hope the BBC gets shut down. It's like it doesn't serve all the people. It serves the identity of politicians. That's what it serves. Evil. So always keep in mind these people are all evil. These are people. When the coin does flip in the next few years, just remember who your enemies are. Right? When it's time to crush these people, crush them. Okay. When they go out of business, smile and enjoy, because remember what they did. Remember what they labeled people. Remember how they cost people's jobs. Remember how they just attacked. They attacked you just because you're a white male, and I'm not a white male, but I can see BS. Okay, it's BS how they attack white males and whites in general. Okay, it's awful, absolutely awful. Okay, so just remember who your enemies are when the coin flips, and remember articles like this. Okay, remember these guys who push propaganda. Okay. Anyway, this is from SummitNews. It's by Steve Watson. I know it's I think it's run by Paul Joshua Watson, but I'm not sure about that. But again, really good writer, really entertaining guy. Okay, if you guys haven't subscribed to him, it's like you should. If you haven't gone to Twitter, if you haven't watched his videos on YouTube, of course everybody has. He's really entertaining. He knows his stuff, and he's like a good ally for people who believe things more conservative. He's a good ally. Anyway, take care. Hope you enjoyed, and please share, save, subscribe. And again, I post this link, but I explain everything. It's really short, but it's also informative. Know your enemies. Okay? Know your enemies. Know who's against you. And when it's time, crush them. Okay? Crush them in some, not in a harmful way, but crush them in a mental way, monetary way. Okay? Not in a physical way. Okay, guys? Take care. Share, save, subscribe. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned. I'll do more articles. Bye. Bye.